Alright, what is up, guys? We got the Loop Gear SK05 Pro. Excited to get this bad boy. And she is pretty. Look at that. So we get the flood and the throw there. But yeah, we got the box. Took everything out. We got the manual here. All the accessories. Let's go through some of the accessories first. So we get the Loop Gear charging cable. USB A to C. I wish they had a white cable, but, or I mean, a black cable, but it's alright. Let me get the little terrible little Torx wrench. That's to put the, oh shoot. They didn't even put the clips or the little screws for the clip in anything, so cool. Why didn't they put that? They just put it in there. Yeah, here is the clip. Get the little screws. I think there's 2 extra, so in the case you lose it. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. Got the manual here. You guys can like pause and read that if you want. Tell you the RGB, battery indicator, all the good stuff. So yeah, the light is very easy to use. It's not locked out, but go all the way, locked out. One click, that's the spot, or I mean, sorry, the flood. Press and hold to go through the modes. Double click turbo. We'll go again for that's the throw. Same thing. And it does memorize each mode. You know, I think if you take the batteries out, it's obviously forget, but as it stands, it memorizes the mode. And you can just kind of switch. Then we get RGB. This one you could double press to get all the different modes it goes. Press and hold. And then it's going to change kind of its operation. How it handles each color. That's the regular side light. Press and hold. 3 different brightnesses. So that'll be good, you know, if you got to read, like, you know, trying to read the manual or something at night. You get a little light. So that's really good. Now if we press and hold, we'll get all the different colors it has. Which if I remember, I'll probably leave red. I think that looks the best. Double press to get different modes. So we'll get back to red here. But I like that one too. I like all the colors, that's dope. Let's see, this is the battery indicator, so each time you turn it on, it's gonna power up. I did use it a little bit last night. I charged it up, but I just, you know, messing around. So once it gets low, it's gonna turn red. So we got it on the low for the floodlight, which is 50 lumens. Next mode up is mid, 350. Then we got high, which is really bright on there, 950. Then it's gonna drop. Double click for turbo, which says 3060. So really bright, really bright. All right, so the spotlight, 40 lumens low, mid is 220, high is 600, double press for turbo, which is 1300. And triple for strobe. But if we have it in the turbo, the one click is going to turn it off. And then 2 will go to the last brightness you were using. All right, we'll do the little charging door. You guys can see the port there. Then we get the battery door, so there's like a lock and unlock. See, it goes up and down. I think up. So you guys can see we got pretty decent springs in there. I don't know if we could focus way down there. But yeah, you got to use button taps. We get 18,650, we get 4,000 milliamp hour. That is crazy. Because back in my day, they were 3,400 was the biggest, and I got to like 36. Now, you know, some companies are making 4,000. That's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. All right, what's up, guys? We're gonna do a video of the Loop Gear SK05. This will be the end of the part, the beam shots, my real thoughts. You know, I'm not a shill, so if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I don't. That's why I don't tell you to buy it. I don't really give a shit, but yep. But she is sexy though. Look at that. Whoosh. All right, we're out with the Loop Gear SK05 Pro. So I got the extra muse I'm using to record this, so hopefully it's better. I'm a little scared because if this thing drops, it's probably gonna break. But yeah, we're gonna shine at this tree here, about 70 feet away, maybe 100 feet tall or so. I don't know. It's pretty far. We got on the flood. It is on. Next mode up. Yeah, so this is actually hitting the tree. Next mode up. Yeah, this thing is a flood beast. And then turbo for the flood. Look at that. All right, now we'll do the throw. So it is on the lowest. You could probably, hopefully, barely see it. Next mode up. And boom. That should be high. And then double click for that turbo. Look at that, it's lighting up everything. All right, so now we're turned to the right a little bit. We'll shine it down the path. The end is probably a little over 100 feet probably. But this is low. Next mode up. Boom. Double click turbo. Yeah, this thing's lighting up every damn thing. All right, we're gonna do the throw part. Same spot. That's low. Mid. High. Boom. Turbo. So yeah, we do get a blue ring around it. You can kind of see it there a little bit. Now we'll do turbo on both, so you just press and hold. Boom. We just turned a little bit to the left. I'd say it's about the same distance to the end of the other path, maybe a little bit shorter, 20 feet maybe, I don't know. We got flood, the lowest, still lighting up everything. That's high. Oh, turbo. So we'll shine the same spot. It's a little closer. Got the next mode up. And that's high. Boom. Beast mode. All right, so now we'll do turbo, press and hold. Boom. Beast mode. All right, we're at another spot. It's about probably 60 feet all the way down. We'll go low flood. Next mode up. Boom. Beast mode. And then turbo. Boom. Low. Mid. So yeah, this thing does have a nice hot spot. It's not the best thrower, but I like it. That's high. Boom. Turbo throw. All right, now we'll press and hold for turbo for both. Boom. Beast mode for this type of light. We'll just take a walk down. At the end could be about 70 feet again, 80. We're just gonna go through all the modes. We'll do the same thing on the throw. All right, now we're just gonna walk the flood on turbo. All right, now we're just gonna go to throw on turbo. Oh shit. All right, this will be the last part. Turbo for both. Alright guys, this will be the end part. Give you my thoughts. We're on the flood right now. So yeah, Taking outside is really nice, guys. The Flood, it doesn't have the best tint. It's a little bit warmer. You guys probably can't tell too much, but it's a little bit warmer in the center. It's not bad though. But see, even low that I was at, I could walk through here, but the second mode, look at that. It just lights up everything. Now we're at high. So yeah, this thing doesn't have a lot of throw, but it has just enough for the Flood to be useful for walking like little paths like this. Still shines like 100 feet. You know, wide open, it won't be that good, but obviously you want to use throw. And then boom. Really, I just need this, medium. Now we got on the throw. Boom. And then turbo. We'll just walk low for a second. So the throw is pretty good too. Let's bump it up. It's not the best thrower, but it has like a really nice hotspot Corona. Just the outer spill. Put on a turbo here. It's a little blue, it's not bad. It might come up a little more blue on the screen. But it's not like the Ace Beam T37, which that is going back. Yeah, to the throw. I just need medium out here. That's just enough. We're gonna see if my little thing up here still. Yep. He's there. And the last time I was out here, there was a possum when I was leaving. They're so cute. Alright, so we'll talk about my least favorite thing is the switch. I think it's pretty shitty. Especially with these gloves on, you know, like those cheap thin ones. It's insane. It's hard to switch the modes because there's like on the side it kind of goes up a little bit on the light, so it's very hard, and the switch has like no grip. Seems like people don't really say anything about that. You know, in the summer if you got your hands it's a little easier, but still it's your bare hands, it's still kind of hard. I think that's high now. Yeah, look at that, it's just lighting up everything. Yeah, it's just very, very hard. And the detent is pretty crappy too. You know, they need to make a better switch for the next one. The next iteration definitely needs a better switch. See, that's where some of these like came down more since I started going out here. But yeah, this Flood is really nice. We'll go another negative here. One of my biggest ones, luckily it has, you press and hold for turbo when it goes on, Flood and throw. But there's not another mode to select that. So you have them both on and then go through all the modes. Like the Workhorse, what is it, TS32 and the IF18 by Sofern. Like the Workhorse, you can have the Flood and the throw on. You can do different fucking brightnesses for both. I love that. That's one of my favorite lights. It's just beautiful. That you can choose all that. You got the handle. That's one of my favorite lights to take out. You know, it's not the best thrower, it's not the brightest, but it's all around beautiful. If this had that, a better switch, this light would be really good. I still like it, but they gotta definitely improve. But I do got that Feed-Torch PX18 coming, but I think from China, from Feed-Torch's website, so we'll see how that goes. Now we're on medium, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, brightness is good. You know, this is not the brightest light. I think the bulb spacing is really nice too. I don't have any qualms with that. Build is good. The side light, like, it could be a little brighter. You know, you can have the orange on, so it's kind of the, not the orange, but it's the warm tint. There's like 3 levels, I think. It's just not bright enough. If it was a little brighter, it would be a real winner. But you can still use it, you know, for reading stuff. And, you know, the side light has the RGB, so you can use red too. I think the red is even maybe a little brighter. Yeah, those are really my issues. If they had another mode that you can have both on, would be amazing. It would just be beautiful. But luckily this has some decent throw, so it doesn't bother me as much as, you know, like, because the Workhorse is more floody. That TS32 is bigger light, much brighter. But, you know, this at least has some throw. Doesn't really have any throw, but it goes off far enough for what I need for this task. And the second mode is bright enough. But Loop Gear, if you're watching this, please do that. Welcome. Whoa, it's like trying to focus. Shit's making me dizzy. Boom, boom. We're using the side light, that orange. See, it's good for this. You can't really, I don't know if it's even hitting the ground. I don't want to drop this thing, but you know, it's good for this kind of stuff, or if you're reading a map. But anyways, this will be the end of the review. I do like this light. It's good you can replace the batteries. It's 4,000 milliamp each, 18650, which is pretty crazy these days. You know, I forgot they even made that. Because when I started, it was 3,400 milliamp was the highest you could get. Then like 36, now 4,000. That's pretty crazy, man. I don't know if they're bigger than regular ones. I don't know. They probably are a little bit, but that's pretty nuts. But anyways, I do recommend it. It's a little expensive, you know, 120 bucks. Is it worth it? I wish it was 100 bucks, but I mean, it's pretty cool. I would say it's worth it, sort of. For 100 bucks, yeah. But it is chunky, so that's something you got to keep in mind. Kind of like the, I just got the Nightcore in, EDC 37. They're small and chunky. You know, I wasn't expecting this one and that to be that small, because I've been out of lights for a while, man. So it's weird to see these. Would I like this like a little longer, maybe? Yeah, you know, but it is what it is. That's gonna be it, man. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have this, do you like it or not? There is that jet beam coming out, the was it the E28? So that's gonna be pretty much almost the same, but check that out too when it comes out. I think it's supposed to ship maybe into this month or next month sometime. I don't know. But yeah, I recommend this. If you got it, let me know if you got this light, how you like it. But anyways, peace.